Hello, St. Peters. I have a new scratch project for you today. So this weekend is Father's Day, so I thought we could make something for Father's Day. Parents always like something homemade, trust me. So if you don't want to make it for your dad, then you can make it for a stepdad, for an uncle, for a brother, or if you don't want any of those, why don't you just make it for your mum or for yourself? So let's see how we're going to make it. So let's get our scratch up and running. And here we are. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need is you can choose any background you like, because the background doesn't really make any difference. I'm going to click on our stage and choose a background button here, and choose anything you like. I'm going to choose the forest, I think, something nice and green. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to use our scratch project to wish your dad a happy Father's Day and also tell him a joke as his Father's Day treat. So we're going to need 2 sprites for that, because mine's going to be a knock-knock joke. I don't want my cat, so I'm going to click on my cat and put him in the dustbin. And I want a new sprite, and I want a person. So you can click on people, there's all your people, and I am going to go with Abby, I think. There's Abby. Now, I'm just going to change Abby's costume. First of all, my hair is a bit blonder than that. So I want to give Abby, I want to give Abby, click on the fill tool, change the colour. It's a bit orange, I'm not that orangey. That will do, yellow hair. Here we go. Also, because she's got a green t-shirt, the background's green, I think she slightly blends in with the background. I'd like her to stand out a bit, so I'm going to give her a pink t-shirt, and maybe she should have, maybe purple shoes. There we go. She looks a little bit lost in the forest. I'm going to make her a bit bigger too. So instead of 100, I think we'll have about 130. Let's have a look at that. There we go. Oh, that looks nice. There we go. There's Abby. Right, she's going to do most of the talking, but she needs somebody to reply to her when we do the knock-knock joke. So I need to go down to my cat here and choose another sprite. I'm going to go to people, see what we've got. Do you know what? I'm going to go with Frank. He looks quite funny. There we go. Frank's going to be the person I talk to when I make the knock-knock joke. So let's go to Abby. She's going to say hello first. So we need to say, when the green flag is clicked, there we go. She's going to say, hello, Dad. Let's just have this one. Hello, Dad. There we go. So if you use the purple study block, you just get a speech bubble there. Now, what would be really nice is if we could actually hear her speak as well. So what we can do, what you will need to do on yours, is you go down to this corner here, this blue square, you can get the extension tools. And here we have the text to speech tools, which are fun. And you get these 3 excellent new tools, which we're going to use. I'm going to take this green one here, and we're going to say, hello, Dad. Let's see. She speaks to us. Isn't that cool? Now, if you want yours to sound a bit manly because you've got a boy sprite, you can, before you say anything, you can change the voice to these ones. We can change it to tenor, and we can press start. Now that looks a bit funny because she's a girl, but you can have that voice. I'm going to put her back to being a girl. Okay, so what's the next thing she's going to say? She's going to say, hello, Dad, and then she's going to say, happy Father's Day. There we go. Now, we want something that triggers the start of the joke. So what she's going to say next is, she's going to give our player, our user, an instruction. I think if we use the space bar to trigger the joke, so she tells the user, press the space bar to hear a really cool joke. Okay, press the space bar to hear a really cool joke. Let's see. And why didn't you say the last thing? Sometimes you have to press stop for them to take on any new code you've added. So you press the stop button and then press play again if it doesn't do what you want. Okay, so hopefully the user is going to press the spacebar. So we have got a new trigger for our event. So instead of using this top, which is when the green flag is clicked, we can use a different top for our code. I'm going to move that. I'll move that out of the way, that'll be all right. Put that here. So this is going to be when the user presses the space bar, then they're going to hear the joke. And the first line of the joke is, because it's an old classic, not oh, check if that works. Okay, so when we press the space bar, now we could, just for the sheer fun of it, add the actual, I'm going to say that one. That means it'll go. So notice that whole load ad's just stayed there the whole time, which is slightly annoying me. So I'm going to add here, knock, but it's only going to say it for 2 seconds. So I think if I press start, I'm going to have to speak it before it says it. Otherwise, we have to wait 2 seconds. Let's try that. That's better. Great. Now we want Frank to reply. So we're going to click onto Frank now. Okay. And he is going to say, what do we say? He's going to say, who's there? So remember that he's only going to do this. He's not going to do anything until the space bar is pressed, because that's the start of our joke. That's when that's going to happen. So that's what we're going to use for the top, when space bar pressed. Now, Frank can't speak until that sprite 1 has finished saying knock knock. So before Frank speaks, we're going to make him wait 1 second. In that 1 second, she's going to be saying knock knock. And now I'm going to make Frank have a giant voice, and he's going to say, who's there? Who there? And he can have a question mark. Let's see what that is like. Go from the beginning. Remember to press start from the beginning. Okay, that worked really well. Apart from that knock knock was up there. I don't know there. We go back to Abby. Maybe let's her that knock knock only be there for 1 second. Right. So she said knock knock. We could have it. Let's try it like that. Now, and then Frank has said who's there. So she can't speak until Frank has finished speaking. So we need to give her a wait now. Knock, knock, wait. Frank says his bit. And then she says the next bit. Knock, knock, who's there? And she's going to give her reply. So she's going to say, Alex. Now, I think if I just press space bar, I could just hear that bit. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Do you know what? I'm going to get rid of that because that complicates everything. Let's just try that again. Works perfectly. Right, so whose turn is it to speak now? She said knock knock. He said who's there? She said Alex. So it's back to Frank. Okay, Frank needs to wait. Oops, wrong colour. No, I didn't. Right colour. Wait whilst she's saying Alex, and then he's going to say Alex. Ooh, question mark. Let's try that. Oh, it didn't take on the new bit. Let me go from the beginning. Why doesn't he want to say Alex who? He's decided he's not picking it up. Don't be glitchy. He doesn't want to say Alex who, does he? Let's go and have a look at Frank. See why don't you want to do that at? One more go. Well, that's irritating. Okay, so I had, for some reason, my computer's being a bit glitchy, but I think that might be because I've got Zoom going on as well as Get the Scratch. So hopefully it won't happen with you. I had to put the Alex and then who on a separate line, but I think it's working now. And also, this meant that we had to get my first sprite to wait 2 seconds before she says the punchline. Anyway, here it is. Let's hear it. Ha ha ha. That's my joke. Now, what might be nice is that when we finished our joke, we have a bit of a laughter sound here to bring this to life. So what we're going to do, we're going to stay on my first sprite, which is Abby, and we're going to go to the sounds button up here, and we're going to go see if we can find some sounds. We go down to choose a sound. There's lots of different. I love the sounds. So voice. We go to voice. You've got all sorts of. Let's go with that slightly crazy laugh. Now that doesn't mean the sound will play because the program still doesn't know when to play it. So you've got to go to your code and you go to these pinky purple sound buttons here, and we want to start the laughter 3. I tell you what I might do, I might go and get laughter 2 as well. And then I've got 2 sorts of laughter going on. And it'll be a bit like canned laughter. It's going to sound like 2 people are laughing. There's lots of people are going to laugh because it's so funny. Code. So we've got laughter 3, and we're also going to play laughter 2 at the same time. Let's see. Let's go big screen this time. Let's go from the beginning. Very good, very good. Now that hello dad's got to go. So let's change the hello dad to the one that says hello dad. We could just say happy Father's Day there. But he's only going to say it for 2 minutes. So what should we do to finish? So to finish, I think we might leave, after the laughter, we could have just a message on the screen, and I changed the backdrop. Okay, so what I wanted to do to change the backdrop to a Happy Father's Day message. So I think I would like to go on the internet and find, let me see, you go onto the internet and you could Google, oh yeah, well, and look for a different picture. So if you find a Happy Father's Day picture, for example, if you like that one, then you can right click that image, save image somewhere on your computer. So I'm going to put save image, put it into my pictures, Happy Father's Day, press save. Now if I go back to my Scratch project, when I want to, so I'm going to go to my stage, go to the backdrops. At the moment, nothing's going on with that one, get rid of that one. So at the moment, I've got my forest. If I go to this button now, and instead of searching on their set of pictures, I can go to this one, which means I can upload a backdrop that I've saved. So I put it in my pictures. Let's see what I've got. So we're looking for that. There we go, Happy Father's Day message. Okay, now I think that will be okay. Obviously, if you want that slightly bigger, go to the screenshot, capture it all, and you can make it slightly bigger. Now, those two characters are standing in front of our message. So what we need to do, let's go to our script, let's go to Abby and go to the code. So we've got the laughter, and then when the laughter is finished, we're going to switch, go to your purple ones, we're looking for switch the backdrop to Father's Day. That does mean that when we start, when that green flag went up here, we ought to make sure we start with the right backdrop. Otherwise, so when the game starts, oh, it's called forest, wasn't it? We want to be on the forest background. But then when after the laughter, we're going to go to the Father's Day one. Now, Frank could do with him hiding when the laughter's finished and he's finished. So let's get him to wait a little bit. So he's heard the punchline. Let's have him wait. I don't know, will 3 seconds be enough? Let's see what happens if he waits 3 seconds. And then after he's waited 3 seconds, he's going to hide. Now, if he hides, you always need to put the opposite so that when the game begins, otherwise he'll stay hidden. Make sure at the beginning he shows. When we press that green flag, we want him there. Otherwise he'll hide and never come back. Let's have a look at what, I think she might be in the way. Let's see what happens. So press start. Okay, so we need her to move out of the way, and we need Frank to disappear a little bit quicker. Let's do that. So let's go to Frank, not 3 seconds. Let's have you going at 2. And let's go back to Abby. Unless I move Father's Day over a little bit, or I could move her over. Let's see. Let's go to my backdrop. Go to the backdrop. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to capture this. I'm going to just move it over slightly. A bit more. Move her a little bit into that space. There we go. That looks like nice. Ooh, let's just do one final check, see what it all looks like. I'm quite pleased with that. So hopefully you're going to have fun making up your own jokes, getting this ready for your dad. And you could add extra jokes by different keys. You could play, you could use a different +1 for a different joke, +2 for a different joke. So hope you've enjoyed it, and maybe I'll have another scratch project for you next week.